Okay, we're gonna do my house, my newer house. The other dusting video was my old house. So I thought it was appropriate to update because you can never see too many examples of different homes because every home has different stuff in them and they're laid out differently. So we're gonna do a dusting video here. You are gonna see me not wearing shoes. That is only because I'm at my house and it was the weekend and I was with my kids.
Wear your shoes.
Okay, we don't play around. We gotta keep wearing the shoes. That's really the only difference you're gonna notice here. If there's any other like discrepancies, I will point them out. But please make sure you wear your shoes when you're cleaning, and here we go.
A small, cute baby break. Who is that pretty girl? Who is that pretty girl? Is that what your eyes are? Is that what your eyes are even Say bye. Hi.
Here we are. Okay, so I usually pick the front door to start by, and I'm just going section by section in this house, but I'm just gonna get all of like the ceiling where it meets the wall, where walls meet walls, and then the light fixtures first, and then I get all this other stuff last. I do that because otherwise I will forget to get where the ceiling meets the wall, and it's very important that we don't miss anywhere because, you know, them cobwebs hide and all that stuff.
Also, when I'm doing the light fixtures, I usually try and start from top and then work my way down to the bottom of the light fixture, just because you don't really know how much dust it has on it. So if you're doing the bottom first and then going all the way up to the chain last, you could be shaking new dust and then, you know. Also here, I'm just showing like light pickup because when we go into these houses, not all of them are going to be picked up perfectly. So some houses are going to need a little bit of light pickup like this. I don't expect you to know what bin the shoes go in, but I mean, you could just stack them nicely, you know what I'm saying? These little jelly decorations, everybody has these. So I would just say go up to them, but don't touch them like I just did here. And just dust around them. Same thing with like glass cleaning. You're obviously not going to be able to glass clean on them, so just go around them. I'm showing a lamp here because the light bulbs are something that could easily be missed. So this is how I dust a light bulb. And then I'm also going to make sure I get like the top of the owl's head. That's usually part on lamps where it's easy to miss too because you can't see it unless you like get down to that level. We're picking up everything and dusting underneath it. That is very important. And then as I dust the shelf, you'll see as the video goes on, I try and like tidy up or, you know, spiffy up the shelves instead of just chucking everything on there like haphazardly, or how it was, because sometimes it's just, you know, you walk in and everything's not like all tidy and nice. It's kind of rare to find that in a house, but you'll just see me go from basically top to bottom of this shelf and try and straighten up things as I go.
So depending on how many shoes are actually in a bin, then that determines on whether you will move the shoes. So you can see I did for that one pair and I didn't for the others, but I still tried to dust around the corners. Don't forget them baseboards, girl. Around the door, I mean, you're really just gonna get like the paneling part where the dust would settle there. You know what I'm saying? And then when I move to another section, then I'll do that section of ceiling and where wall meets wall. I tried to like tidy up whatever I could, and I purposely left my house kind of a shit mess just so I could film that part too, because it is your job as the duster to also be doing pickup and making things look nice and tidy. So, you know, there's a bunch of like random shit up here. I'm just doing my best. So that's basically what you'll do, because lots of other houses are going to be like this too. So you'll just stack the stuff up as nice and tidy as you can. We want to make it look like it's as tidy as possible, but also it's an indicator to the client that we have moved and dusted those areas. So there's no need to move anything like on hooks that you see, but like the items here, just like random shit I have. You want to make sure that you move all of that. And that I showed you was just trash. So since I'm not next to the trash right now, I'm just going to like put it in my side little pocket and like throw it away once I'm by the trash. Make sure that we're picking up going under things. Benches get so like sandy. It's gross. With shoe racks like this, there's really not a whole lot you can do. I mean, you can do those little edges like I'm doing, but that's really all we expect of you in that area. And then again, I'm going to pick up at the corners where the ceiling meets the wall, section by section, basically. And here's a little secret Jimmy was hiding. Okay, and then like the little cute artwork, I mean, I'm just trying my best. This is all I expect of you guys, is to make sure you're going up and under things. Don't miss them windowsills either. I did get the other side of the windowsill, although I think I deleted the clip, so my bad. But, you know, any little things that you see, little trinkets, whatever, just stack them up. That's some decor I just didn't have a chance to put on the walls yet. And then chair legs is, you know, one that's probably really easy to forget because it's not at eye level. Things that are not at eye level, that's really what we need to be like focusing on. Here is how I would like you to dust any dead animals. So the antlers obviously collect cobwebs and whatnot, but so like the fur of the animals collects a lot of dust. So just make sure you like, I don't know, brush them or something. And then I left this huge disgusting mess over here. You'll see the floor. Because this is real life, right? And you're going to walk in and see a lot of this stuff in houses. But there's like crap all over the floor, just pushed in the corner. And there's stuff all over the shelf. I'm literally only doing what I can. And that was all I could do. So it's fine with me. Kitchen here, probably the most important part to dust would be like that top ledge and the top ledges of the top cabinets, because we're probably not going to be able to reach up there to wash, but the rest of these cabinets are going to get washed. The facings are. So I'm really only going to do like, you know, the paneling part really quickly. And then also I don't expect you to climb up on the counter there. So just do your best with that shelf. And then the one that you can reach, that's the one I do expect you to take things off, go underneath, go around, and do just as thorough of a job as you would on any other shelf. I'm pretty sure I'm showing you like a hidden Lego here. I keep finding Legos all over the freaking house, just hidden in random areas. So you can only assume who that is. Anyways. Yes, all small appliances are included. So please make sure you're dusting these off. We also wash these thoroughly when we do the kitchen washing part. I wouldn't say that you have to be like as thorough as you are with the rest of the house in the kitchen area, just because we do wash all the cabinet facings. We wash the small appliances. We wash the countertops. So really you're just like getting the crumbs off of the counter and all that kind of stuff. I would lift up toaster, get the crumbs underneath, and you're just doing a real quick once over just to collect like the surface crap and knock the crumbs off before washing. You guys, I look like such hell in this video. This was like 5 or 6 days into me having COVID, and it hit me so hard and I just felt like trash, but I felt terrible not doing anything with my life. So I was like, I'm gonna film this video. And then I look at it now and I'm like, Jesus, dude, you're looking rough. Because we're in the kitchen, this is where the cooking happens. Oils, spills, grease, all that bullshit happens. So you have to just make sure that you're not swiffering up that kind of stuff. So if you see like, okay, there's a lot of crumbs, but there's this huge like oil spray, or you can see like greasy food or whatever, whatnot, just skip that area completely because we're going to wash it, like I said. So don't worry about that, you know. And the person doing the kitchen will know why you didn't wipe your Swiffer through that greasy mess. While you're dusting these island lights, it's a really good thing to get in the habit of, do they need to be glass cleaned? Because this is huge. I mean, it's not something that we do every time we visit, but it's something we need to keep up on. So because it's not something we do every visit, it can go unnoticed or missed. But it is something we do. If you notice it needs to be done, do it. You know, we don't really have to wait until the next visit unless we're just running super duper low on time. But typically it's like if it needs to be done and it's going to take you like an extra 5 minutes, just do it. Again, I left a bunch of clutter on multiple surfaces in my house because that's usually how the houses look when we go into them. So I wanted to kind of show you guys how to deal with that. And on the island, you basically just saw me grouping crap together and cleaning around it. And that's the same thing that I'm going to do on the other side here. This angle was like really funny. I didn't realize like my whole behind was just like, hello. These chairs are going to get washed too, so you're just pretty much dusting like any crumbs off of them. And then make sure you do dust the legs really well because these aren't necessarily going to wash up great on the leg part. So you want to make sure that, you know, your dusting is thorough in that area. Now with dusting a main level, it's pretty much just like a big circle because you're going around the perimeter walls. But there's center parts in some of these houses like this, and basically I make sure that I hit this before I leave the perimeter around those areas. So I've seen it and I'm gonna do it. And here, just do the best you can with this mantle because obviously it's pretty tall up. You still want to pick things up and go underneath them, but you don't need to like grab step stool for every single little thing all the time. Here I left clutter as well just so I could show you guys how I deal with that. There's my bunny boy. These cloth deals that we have on our tables, a lot of people have these, and man, there's like a ton of crumbs on them, so make sure you Swiffer those off really good. This like wicker basket thing, it was kind of like hard because the Swiffer will like stick to it and little pieces of Swiffer can come off, so I was kind of like not really being super thorough on there, but I had just put that on there, so I knew that it wasn't that dirty. Don't forget the undersides of chairs and benches and stuff. I will notice that these are a huge thing that gets missed because it's like you don't think about them. You're too concerned with like the top of the table and like the chairs and seeing all the fingerprints and the food and stuff. You just forget to do this underside. But when you have a rug here and then you're going to vacuum underneath it, there's not going to be an opportunity to wash the floor underneath it, which is when I usually would notice that it's missed as well. It's like your double checking point. So here we got to make sure that we nail it right away because it, you know, will be obvious if it's neglected for a while. Again, I'm leaving clutter because why not? It's better to show you guys a realistic situation. These chairs, I'm going in between all of those little spindles and behind them because the food just like crumbs up, you know, on the behind the part on the chair, down on these parts, and high chairs. Okay, we got to make sure we don't miss any of these. So Jimmy's gets really, really dirty even if I clean it every day. There's just crumbs everywhere. So I Swiffer them off really good behind them, and then we're also going to include those when we wash the kitchen. So make sure that everybody knows that we do include high chairs when we do kitchen. And then once the center things are done, like the fireplace area, the dining room table, then I'm just going to continue on the perimeter of the wall and keep going. Baseboards, don't miss those. Even my cat food container, you guys, everything will collect dust, and every house is going to be so custom as far as how it's laid out and what kind of items they have in it. Don't forget to dust the vacuums, the floor robots, they get so dusty as well. Pretty much any single thing that has a horizontal surface on it. Ooh, that's what we need to be dusting. Remember, it's our job as the duster to also be the picker-upper and straightener. So we will be the ones that are responsible for folding blankets, making beds, picking up clutter, tidying up things, throwing away diapers that I leave on the couch. Just all of those things, straightening up tabletops. So I'm going to show this too. I know that some people can have like a ton of stuff, but as long as you leave it like that, that is really all we need to do to ensure that the client knows that we dusted it because we've moved it and we've tidied it up. Dude, this is a close-up. Look at how sickly I am. Typically, when I'm doing a room, I'll do a lot of the pickup first, especially like if it's in the living room. I'm just going to start and clean up things first, like fold blankets, because if you're folding a blanket, you are still kicking up a lot of dust. So you want to really like do that first and then go through it and dust, because if you do it in the opposite order, what if you dust everything and it looks great and then you fold them blankets and then there's a shit ton of resettling that happens on like the TV stand or something. So it's really just about like working smarter, not harder. This is also a good time to make note of, do we need to vacuum the couch? Yes, you can Swiffer it, but there's only so much a Swiffer is going to do. I'm going to Swiffer out all of the cup holders and just the crumbs and stuff that I'm seeing. But if you're seeing a bunch of stuff like that, or like pet hair or whatever, the pet hair is not going to come off with a Swiffer. Definitely need to be vacuuming the couches then. Ooh, I left this nice and dusty for you. So just an example of how I'm dealing with multiple things left on the top here. And yes, we do dust the speakers, and please lift up and go underneath them. This one is like really long, kind of heavy, so I would just pick it up one side at a time and go under one side. I do dust the entire TV screen as well, just because the dust will settle on it. It just can only see it from a certain angle. But just go through here, clean up things as best as you can. You're going to see what I do to just tidy up, and this is what I would expect you guys to do too. Okay, railings get so dusty, you guys. Like, I think they get like a lot of the traffic, because how many times do you go up and down your stairs if you have one, and just in a 24-hour period? So make sure that you are going in between all of them spindles. Hi, Jimmy. And really, like, you can't just do a little fluffy fluff here. You have to make sure you're using ample pressure, because if you don't, it's not going to collect all the dust. And make multiple passes if you need to, and then do a finger check just to see if any of it's still coming up on your hands when you're done. I'm still taking section by section and starting with the ceiling, where the ceiling meets the wall first, and then doing this light fixture, I want to do everything from basically top to bottom. Just do this picture the best you can. I don't expect you to move those rugs, but there we go, showing, dusting where the water meets the toilet and the wall. Try and move that teepee over as far as you can on each side to get as much of that, like the teepee holder as possible, because those just get totally, completely white. Even tops of candles. I don't know if you guys know to do that, but we do tops of candles even inside of bins. This is my TP bin. Think about how dusty that gets. So we don't just go around it, we need to do inside the bin as well. If you notice that the candle has like the film on it where you dust it and it won't come off, just wash it when you do the bathroom.